Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm going to be planning the week of February 15th in my memory planner. This is an Aura Estelle A5 wide cloud planner, and it is the rose quartz color with the gold hardware. This is actually the first plan with me I've filmed in here since I finished my setup. So if you haven't seen the full flip through video of that, you can check it out. It's linked down in the description below, and I'll put it in the cards. But I absolutely love the super hot pink vibes of the planner setup, and this kit matches it super well because this was the week that I actually worked on the setup. So I picked this kit accordingly. This is called Pink Crafts. It's from Two Lil Bees. I picked this up last spring and I just absolutely love it. I've had it in my stash waiting for the perfect week to use it ever since. So you do get 9 full boxes, although one is, you know, more like I'm going to use this on the sidebar for journaling space. So there is one that's a little bit plainer, some functional stuff down at the bottom. This is a mini kit and it did come with a few extras. There's one set of decorative headers and then 2 word headers, which I won't be using, a bunch of flags, some deco, love that coffee cup. And what else we got? A bunch of functional stuff, some sidebar stuff, little doodly icons that match the kit, super cute. And then split washi and the date covers and some other like, they're like the size of like maybe quarterback size, I guess. But they're like patterned really cute, and you can use these with foil. The darker ones you probably need to use like foil words if you're going to use them as functional pieces. Anyway, this did come with a lot of extra full boxes, like I said. So you have this little set that it came with, and then this little Rose Colored Days collab sampler. I can't remember this one. I think just came with the kit, and this might have been like a $2 add-on or something. I don't exactly remember, but you've got some more functional pieces here. These little teeny tiny clipboards, which are so cute, another full box. And then this does come with some extra full box. I kind of loved all of the little quote boxes on this, and I actually pulled out some gold foil quote overlays as well. So we might have a very quotey week here, which is not my usual vibes, but I thought that would be fun. So anyway, I'm just gonna pull out these pages and jump in. So I had originally planned to use a Hello Petite paper Valentine's Day kit this week. I had picked it up during Black Friday with a number of other things, but like with how bad international shipping was, I just kind of completely forgot about it because I was just expecting it not to come for a while. And then it ended up getting lost in like that Philly postal collapse that happened like right around Christmas, because that's happened to be when it ended up in the U.S. And I actually never ended up getting this. I filed like complaints and claims with the U.S. Post Office, and so did Vanessa from Hello Petite Paper, but we weren't able to find it. So she did refund my order. Her customer service is amazing. But I never got that kit. So, and I had been like planning on using that for this week as like a second Valentine's Day kit. Plus it was just super cute. And also like I had a number of other things in that order, which the kits, I'll wait for new kits that I like from her to come out. But like I'm just going to reorder all the same doodles that I had planned on getting before, or if she has new releases. So I will definitely be ordering again from her shop soon using that like credit back. But anyway, I had originally planned to use that kit this week, and then I actually just waited and I decided to just give it one more week while we had like both filed claims with the post office to see if it would come, but it didn't. And then I ended up getting really busy at work anyway, so it worked out fine but I did like go a whole week before this spread without doing any like planner, like filming in my planner or any planner stuff, which is obviously it's nothing compared to the break that I was on, but like it really disrupts your flow. And I feel like I struggled so much with this spread because of that, and like just laying everything down. I decided to put the full boxes down first because I felt like that had worked really well recently, but it just didn't this week. And I was like having to like reposition all this stuff, and I used so much undo on this spread, like spoiler alert, you'll see. Anyway, it was a hot mess, but it came out so nice, which I absolutely am so glad that I ended up using this kit. Not that the Valentine's Day kit from Hello Petite Paper wouldn't have also been gorgeous and also very pink, but I am always happy to go back into my stash and use some kits that I like almost forgot I had. And I love this so much when I got it, but it was also just the perfect kit for this week. Since this was the week that I worked on my setup, it just like matches the vibe so much, even though I didn't use like any leopard print, but I did use like a lot of pink and black in my setup. So I just love the way this looks. Plus it's like a planner girl crafting kit, so that's always like really fun. So it's just very on point. And I did love like the 2 quote boxes that like I said that came in this. The one says like eat, sleep, craft, repeat, and that's the one I put up top, and then one has just like a planner survival tools. So anyway, I just have a bunch of quotes in my like overlay collection because I almost never use them because like usually the amount of quotes that I want in my planner is 0. And I actually really don't like quotes or quote boxes all that much. I mean, like sometimes a quote box is fine, but like it's just not my personal taste. But I thought this was really fun, and I don't know, I really love the way that this like looks and came together, and it's making me very happy. But yeah, anyway, this is the week that I worked on the setup. Although like looking back on this week, I completely forgot like how crazy the beginning of this week was because we had to keep my daughter home from school earlier in the week because she wasn't feeling well. So I had like all the kids with me pretty much all week. And then Thursday they got a snow day, and then no one had school because of the snow. And so it was like just very like chaotic having all the kids home and stuff. And then like Friday and the weekend is like pretty much when I did like the whole planner setup. So it was like the first half of the week, or the first 4 days of the week, was like pretty much all kiddo all the time. I'm sick of snow days for this year, and I hope we don't have any more, but I actually really love playing with the kids in the snow. I think it's really fun, and there's like a lot of things that I just do with the kids because like you're supposed to, and I don't particularly enjoy, but playing in the snow, I really love playing in the snow. I think it's really fun, and the kids are like, they're super cute in the snow, but they also like don't last that long because it's cold and stuff, so it's like the perfect age. They can't be out there all that long, and like I don't know, one of the snows that we got was like so deep, and my son, it was like, I felt like it was like halfway up him. It was really cute. Anyway, I tried to put down some script overlays on the leopard print, but with the black and the gold and the pattern, it just like, you really couldn't read them. So it really needed the background, which is why I like having the scripts with the white background sometimes, because I feel like they're easy to use on like dark color things, but I don't have a lot of them, and shops don't make a lot of those anymore. So I pulled into my like old rose colored days stash to like get those. I usually use like the clear ones, which she still carries in the shop, but it's good to have those like white backing ones kind of for emergencies. And I do have like a lot of them that I've built up over the years, but eventually I will run out. So, anyway, then, so Monday was President's Day. So the kids didn't have school anyways, but my daughter was feeling sick. And we didn't really like think that it was like anything big or major, but we had like kind of a lot going on this week, and our new cleaning people were supposed to start. So we did just like take her into the doctor to get like a rapid COVID test, like just in case. We really weren't worried about it, and they weren't worried about it. But we were able to get her in and get her tested, and it was negative. So we were able to like kind of get on with our week and just like let her get better. Obviously, we didn't like send her to school. She still wasn't feeling well or anything, but just so that like we didn't have to like quarantine or whatever, and that like none of her classmates or teachers had any concerns. We just decided better safe than sorry and to get her tested. Anyway, I still had to do all my work, but my husband was off work too, which is nice. So I just did my regular work, and then I took her to the doctor's appointment in the afternoon, which is what I'm marking. She was like so worried that she was going to have to get a shot, and I was just like, no, they're not going to give you a shot. They're just going to like put a Q-tip in your nose. She's like, what's a Q-tip? And then that was like a whole conversation. She's 5. But anyway, so she was fine, and she was brave, and like the doctor's office has a sign that's like no cameras, like don't take pictures of your kids in the office. I guess that's like a thing people do. But anyway, she can't read yet, but she saw that the sign had like a camera with like a line going through it, and like I guess that must be like they must use like visual cues for their classroom rules at school, because then she wanted 3 rules for the doctor's office, and there was like a camera rule, and then so she's like, rule number 1 of the doctor's office is no taking pictures, and then rule number 2 is like wear your mask, because I had like a picture of a person wearing a mask, and then she kept asking me like what rule number 3 was, so I told her it was just you have to listen to the doctor. And then but like since then she keeps talking about it, and she keeps telling people like rule number 1 of the doctor's office, no taking pictures, and my people just like look at her like, what are you talking about? Like my parents and stuff are just like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, nope, it's a rule at the doctor's office, you can't take pictures. Anyway, that was just like really funny, and she's like really into that. She's very much a rule follower, like very, very much a rule follower, so I think she's like into knowing what the rules are. Anyway, that night I took a bath, completely unrelated to that little tangent there. And then on Tuesday, our new cleaning people were started, and they were going to do like a deep clean of the house. And there was just like a lot of chaos in the morning because it had like my husband was trying to get to work, and I was trying to like get the kids ready to go to my dad's house so that the cleaning people could get in. And they were like, just go like but I needed to like meet them and give them the key and like show them all the stuff and everything. So it was just like a lot of chaos. And then we went to my dad's house and we spent the whole day there. And this was also during like the peak of the cold weather that hit the southern United States and like caused the Texas energy crisis. So I was trying to check in with friends. We did move here from Austin a few years ago, even though we're originally from the Philadelphia area. But I was just like trying to check in with friends. And then also I work with a number of people in Texas. I work for like a Texas related company as one of my clients. So anyway, I was just trying to help out with some coverage there for some folks that were impacted by the storms and just really like check on people and make sure everyone that we knew was okay. And if there was like anything that I could do to help even marginally from across the country, that I was able to kind of do that. And then also a number of people like that I haven't heard from in a really long time did try and check in with us as well. But I was like, oh yeah, we're totally fine. We don't actually live in Texas anymore. So if you live in Texas or in an area impacted, I do hope that you are okay. And, whether we're able to weather the storm and everything well. But yeah, anyway, then the rest of that day, I just kind of did some like other work related to that. And then that night my husband went to Home Depot, which I actually don't remember why, but I kind of mixed up some of the stickers on Tuesday and I'm like totally behind now. But anyway, I will fix that up later. And then on Wednesday, we kept my daughter home from school. So we had like a quote unquote girls' day because me, the baby who's like a girl, and my 5-year-old daughter. So we just hung out. She was actually feeling 100% fine by then, but we just decided to give it one more day just in case. And we made sticky buns and just had like a really fun day. I almost like never get I don't get as much like one-on-one time with my oldest because she's in school full time as I do like with the other two. So it was nice to enjoy that kind of time. And then I just did a little bit more work and I just watched TV and I took a bath. So that was pretty much that. And then on Thursday was the snow day. We had like a really fun day. We played in the snow a little bit, and we made avgolemino soup for lunch, which I'm sure I'm like butchering that pronunciation. It's like a chicken soup that's got like rice and like kind of like an egg drop soup, but with lemon. I don't know. It's so good. I really love it, and I like hardly ever make it, but it's really easy to make. And so we decided to have that for lunch, and it was absolutely delicious, and it was a very good decision. And then we took out all of like the pictures and we replaced some of the pictures in our picture frames, and we also like let the kids just play with all the pictures and put them inside Simply Gilded photo albums, although not the really little ones, which are too small to hold pictures, but I gave them like the bigger ones to put some pictures in, and now they have like photo books that they can flip through and all of that stuff. And then I also finished watching It's a Sin, I think on Thursday, or maybe I started it. I don't know. I didn't write down much on my planner, but that's on HBO Max. That's like a 5-part miniseries about the rise of HIV in London, like it spans, I think, from like the early 80s to the like kind of mid 90s. And it was really good. So I watched that, and then we played outside in the snow, and I just hung out with my husband that night. So that's pretty much it for Thursday. I feel like I've like all the way caught up, and now I'm feeling very discombobulated right now. Anyway, on Friday, I made a latte in the morning because the kids had been like home from school, or at least somebody had been home from school all week, and it just had felt like very chaotic. I had like a really chill day. I didn't do any work. I just hung out with myself and the baby. I made myself a latte. We have like an Nespresso, like one of the pod machines, and like the milk frother and everything. And then I worked on my planner setup, and I used that little piece of deco on the full box with the hot glue gun, and I think that looks so cute. Although it looks that little half box looks exactly like the full box. I'm just noticing on Sunday. But anyway, but that was like just very much the vibe of the day. And that's exactly what my hot glue gun looks like. It's like a pink one. But I didn't actually use my hot glue gun in the setup, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, and I listened to a bunch of podcasts and just had like a really chill, good me time kind of day. And that night, my husband and I ordered Indian takeout for dinner. And we watched this movie called I Care a Lot on Netflix, which was not that good and horribly, horribly disturbing. So it's like about somebody who like tricks the elderly into like conservatorships, or however you say that, like Britney Spears, and then like takes all their money, and like it's like it seems very plausible, like the way that it's presented in the movie, and I actually think it is very plausible, and it's completely terrifying and horrifying. And then the movie was just like
so unsatisfying with the ending. Like, you just wanted everybody to, anyway, I don't know. It was disturbing and like not that great. But yeah. Anyway, parts of it were good though. And then on Saturday, I just had like a really horrible night's sleep, and we went to Starbucks, and then we went to my dad's, and we took like a bunch of food to my dad's, and we made like a breakfast feast, and we baked a cake because for some reason he had bought in like boxed cake mix, and I was just like, why did you buy this? But we baked it, and then I ate like way too much of the cake throughout the week, and it's like, I mean, it's good and it's nostalgic, but like I make way better cake than that, but I still just ate it anyway. Then I worked on my setup in the evening and just like hung out, and on Sunday we just did like our usual errands, meal prep, hang out with the kids, and then I did just finish my planner setup during nap time that day. I just had a few finishing touches left on that, and then I just hung out with my husband that night. So yeah, that is pretty much everything for the week. I am sorry that like my speaking was completely off from what I was doing on the planner. Some weeks it's really easy to like keep up, and some weeks I just feel chatty, and whatever happens, and that's one of these weeks. So continuing with the hot mess theme of the planner, since it was like such a hot mess while I was planning it. Thank goodness for Undo. Like, this plan with me is brought to you by Undo. Yeah, very much so. Especially like some stickers are way easier to pull up than others, and I guess Two Lil Bees stickers do not pull up quite as easily as other stickers. Like, the week after this, I used a kit from Caress Press, and those stickers lift off the paper really nicely. But yeah, so I always have to like keep a mental list of that in my head. Well, but I don't. And so it's just like kind of grabbing the corner of a sticker and seeing how badly it's going to rip your planner if you just pull it up without getting the Undo. But I hate busting out the Undo, and I always feel like once you start using it, it's really hard to stop. So like if I use it once on a spread, I'll end up using it like 15 times and like repositioning stickers again and again and again. And I don't like having to do that because then it takes like forever, and it's like starts to feel like work and not relaxing. So anyway, I am just finishing up with some washi, but basically this whole thing was a very beautiful hot mess. Yeah, I will say though that I kept my handwriting very neat, so it looks really, really pretty in addition to that. And I used a lot of foil scripts, which is fun. And I redid my foil organization for my gold ones, and I really like how that's working. So I am going to go ahead and do that for my silver and rose gold as well over the next, probably this week actually, while I have some downtime from work.
Okay, that is everything all finished up. This looks absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, and I super, super love it. It is always such a beast to plan when you haven't planned in like a few weeks or whatever. I don't know why. It's just like you forget the stickering flow or whatever, but it did come together super, super nicely. Special thanks to Undo this week for making this planner spread possible. But anyway, let me just give you a little wiggle there. So cute, and it matches the planner so perfectly with like the pink and the black and the gold foil. So this was 100% the perfect kit to use this week, and that makes me so excited. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and check me out on Instagram at MyCraftyPlans to keep up with everything going on my planner. And if you haven't seen it already, definitely check out the full setup for this planner. Bye!